Hello, my fellow Americans and other viewers. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, in your face. That's right. I can't believe what's just happened. A couple times in the past 48, 72 hours, 2 black men shot by police. In the one case, 2 police men had the guy on the ground. And the policeman takes out his gun and shoots the guy. The other one, the guy is driving. He gets pulled over. The officer, I know he radioed in. When he radioed in, they must have said, hey, this guy has a concealed weapons permit. Because it's listed. At least in this state. I could be wrong where that guy lived. But the guy shoots him. It's caught live streamed on Facebook. This is America. This. Not that stuff they tell you about. Not that stuff you were celebrating on the 4th of July. This is the real America. It's going to get real. I mean, what they did to Rodney King was like a little hand slap compared to when you execute a guy, because that's what it is when you execute somebody. When they're, I mean, I'm just flabbergasted. Not to mention, while that happens, you get Hillary Clinton. You get this James Comey going before Congress, refusing to answer questions. Obviously, she has perjured herself. That's the minimum charge. And he's just doing the song and dance. Well, what's going to happen? We've got 2 Americas here. We've got justice for one group, and we've got, I don't know what you want to call it for the other. But let me tell you something. There's some simple solutions that can be implemented to tone some of this nonsense down. Number 1, police officers. If you're not a minority, don't be stopping minorities for bull crap stops like tail light out, license plate light out, failing to signal. Just stop all that nonsense. Okay? That's number 1. If somebody's speeding, if they're endangering the public, that's different. But just fishing, because see, I've been stopped in I don't know how many different states for stuff like that, okay? And it's fishing. What they do is they pull you over and they hope when they run your license that you've got a warrant. I've been told this by a cop. He told me that because he pulled me over because on my old Samurai, there was one of my taillights, the lens was cracked, so there was white light showing to the rear. He pulled me over for that. I mean, don't they have anything better to do? I mean, come on. Really? Are you freaking kidding me? You know, I am so incensed. I mean, it's almost to the time where it should be an eye for an eye. One of yours, you take one of mine, I take one of yours. But, of course, people go, oh, no, we can't have violence. We can't go that route. Well, you know what? Sometimes when you leave no other options, when you know you're not going to get justice, you have to take it in your own hands. You know what? That's what the Founding Fathers did, and they're celebrated. And that's why the government wants to take guns out of our hands, because they know that the pendulum swung too far. It's got to come back. And I think there's only one way to bring it back, and there's going to have to be some kind of revolution. Blood is going to have to get spilled, because logic and reason has just gone out the window. When you've got Hillary Clinton for decades, not just months, not just a few years, decades, getting away with stuff like that, you know something's wrong. Something is wrong, and it's got to change. It's got to change fast. Fellow brothers, let me tell you something. When you get pulled over by a cop, you say nothing. Except you ask them, am I under arrest? And if the answer is no, am I free to go? You see, the poor guy that got shot, if he would have kept his mouth shut, if he would have just handed the cop his license, his registration, and his proof of insurance and not said a word, he'd probably still be alive. And that's a sad fact in America, because this is America. This is what has to happen. You do not answer any questions. You take your rights by the Bill of Rights. You don't have to answer any questions. You ask questions. If they ask you where you going, where you coming from, you don't say a word. All you do is you give them the proper identification, and then you ask, am I under arrest? If the answer is no, am I free to go? And then go about your business. But other than that, you say nothing to them. But I'm telling you, if they don't stop this stuff and if they don't put an end to it quick, this country is going to blow up, okay? It's just the way it is. I'm not saying that's the way I want it, but that's the way it's going to be. That's what it's going to. I think you know it. But in the meantime, police have got to stop the crap. They've got to cut it out. They've got to quit it. Even Obama from Warsaw, Poland, gets on there and he's, cited the statistics. And Dan, my friend, if you're listening, there's your statistics. You want statistics? You just got them from the President of the United States, okay? Because this is a bunch of BS. And it's been this way forever. And it's getting worse. Because this is what was going on, in the 60s and before. And then in the 80s, they were just, they were still beating people like Rodney King. And now it's back to executions again. I'm telling you, people, wake up and smell the tyranny.